Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 240, and I'm so glad that you are here today because we're talking about investing in your business and how you can get past the fear and be smart about how you spend money when you're starting your business, because it can be super scary. We all know that, right? So we're going to talk about it today. I'm so excited. If you are new here, then welcome. I'm so glad you have found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey. Whether you are in the idea stage, whether you're starting, whether you're growing your business right now, you're in the right place. This is a source of information, strategies, motivation, and help for you so that you can actually build this dream. Now, if you're new, you need to know that there's ways that you can get plugged in, okay? So the first way is I have a Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. You can scroll down in the show notes. Like if you're an Apple Podcast, for example, you scroll down in the notes section and you'll see a link to the Facebook group. That link will take you over there. You're going to have to answer 3 quick questions, and then I'll approve you very soon to jump in the group. Now you have a community of women that are all starting their business too. Everybody's got full-time jobs, part-time jobs, kids. They're a caretaker for elderly parents. Who knows? Everybody's got their own unique situation, but our core goal is the same. We all are in there because we love what we're doing, right? And we want to continue to make money doing it for years to come, right? And so make sure you get in there and you can ask those questions that you think are silly. You can post on our fun weekly posts. I have some great ones like Imperfect Action Mondays, just to hold you accountable and like, what are you working on this week? So that's a free community for you, okay? Then also, if you're new, I've got some other freebies. My newest one is I have a guide to help you identify your entrepreneurial gifts. This is so important as you are beginning your business, and even if you're in the growth stage, because you need to know what's my real personality, what are my gifts, so that you can know how to run your business effectively. For example, a way to run it effectively is to hire out the things that you're not good at, or to market in ways that actually feel in alignment with who you truly are. So by knowing the gifts that you have, I believe they're your God-given gifts, you can run your business so much more effectively. So make sure you grab that. I've got some other ones there for you, no matter what stage you're in, idea stage, starting, whatever. I've got them for you. You can get them printed out and get your hands on them today. If you have been listening a while and you've enjoyed this podcast, make sure, first of all, that you hit subscribe. Don't miss out on subscribing on this podcast, because you'll get a little notification on your phone when I drop a new episode. Actually, what it may do, not a notification on your phone, but like in the app. So if you open Apple Podcasts, it'll have my new episode updated there. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything that's to come, okay? And all you have to do is click, like if you're an Apple Podcast, that there's like a plus button. I think it says follow now. They've changed it recently a couple times, but I think it says follow. So just do that. That way you'll be in the know when you open your podcast app that I've got new episodes available for you. I do usually drop them on Thursday mornings, and so you can listen to them then as well. So thank you all to my loyal listeners. Oh, and by the way, thank you all so much who've written reviews and rated this podcast. If you've been listening a while too, if you would do that for me, that would be the biggest thank you for this podcast. Is just simply hit the 5-star rating. There's a rating thing there. You can rate this podcast just 5 stars. It takes you not even 1 second, and it means the world to me. But if you're able to write a written review, maybe it only takes you like 30 seconds. So just write a quick review on how this podcast has helped you. That means the world to me. I record these every week with no audience other than my little dog that's a mix of a Shih Tzu and a Maltese. He's adorable. He's white and he's precious. His name's Tucker. All of my grow-getters probably kind of know who he is because he's always around in our meetings too. But anyways, he's here listening right now. But I don't really, get any feedback on that. So I would love it if you would leave a review. It would mean the world to me. Okay, on to the episode. Hi, friends. I am so excited that you are here today because I'm talking about investing in your business and how scary it can feel, right? I'm giggling because I've been there too, that it gets so scary to invest in your business, right? And there's a lot of reasons for that. I want to talk about it because I'm just so excited. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to my grow-getters. Y'all are so amazing. They're awesome, making so much progress. We've got some new members that have come in, and it's just
So much fun. I can't wait to watch all your progress. So shout out to all of you. But today we're talking about that word, about money, about investing in your business. And it does feel scary. And I was thinking about a minute ago, like, what's so scary about investing in our businesses? And I just wrote down a couple things. I wondered what you thought too. So you'll have to shake your head. If you're listening, also too, I forgot to tell y'all, down below, there's a link now where you can actually send me a message. Do you know this? Like if you just want to tell me like a topic idea, like, will you talk about this? I would love it. Or maybe you heard an episode and you loved it. I'd really love a review on there because I know that it helps boost this podcast and show it to other people like you. But any notes that you have, anything you want to share, maybe it's something personal you don't want to post on the review, then leave it there. Our episode ideas, I think, would be amazing. So that's brand new. And I'd love for you to share it with me and see what you say. I think it's amazing. So anyways, why is it so scary investing in your business? Because number one, this is obvious. You don't want to waste money. Am I right? Like nobody wants to waste money. And when you're starting a business, you're usually trying to be smart about your money. Am I right? Like you're trying not to waste money and spend money on things that don't really matter or that are not going to get a return on your investment. They're not going to bring you an ROI, right? So you don't want to waste money, okay? And it's scary because you're like, I feel like I'm gambling. Like, what if I don't do this? What if I get into this program and I don't do anything? Or what if I don't help myself? So I totally get the whole concept of not wanting to waste money because I never wanted to either, right? The other thing that I know a lot of you think about is like, I'm not guaranteed success. I'm not guaranteed that this is going to actually be effective for my business. I think it's hard, right? And I think it's scary to invest in your business because you're eating into profits and you're eating into future income, right? Because you're spending money now and you're like, but if I put it on my credit card or you put it on a 0% interest card or you do something like that, you're going to have to pay it back. I've used 0% interest cards starting my businesses. I've totally done that. Let me think which ones I did that with. I think I did it with my second business because I was having to buy a whole bunch of inventory. My first one, I did not. A friend and I put in $1,000 each, and that's how we started ours. And it turned into a multi-six-figure business, right? But my second one, I think I did because I had to buy all these little clothing items and everything. And then for this business here, I did do a 0% card. I think I did it right in the beginning because I was getting coached. I hired a coach to help me for a couple of months, and I was getting my website done, my logo and all that stuff done. And I just didn't want to take our personal cash. I thought I can just do 0% interest and I'll pay it back as we go. And it worked out fantastic. So I do have recommendations, by the way, on my spreadsheet for things like that, like 0% interest cards and stuff. I have a spreadsheet. If you go down to my free downloads, that's one thing I have is a spreadsheet of all my recommended tools and apps and software and all that. So get your hands on that. You can keep it. It's a dynamic document. I update it all the time. But anyways, it's scary because using personal money is scary. Do you know if you're going to get your money back? And there's things that you can do to kind of mitigate this and discern what you should be investing in and what you should not be investing in. And so when I'm coaching with new business owners, okay, in one-on-one coaching or in Grow Getters, y'all know I have my group program called Grow Getters. If you're in there, we can talk about things like this, but you know that I talk about, okay, what's smart to invest in right now and what is not. So I'll tell you what happens to a lot of new business owners. I'll give you some insight. A lot of times they spend money on things they just don't need to be doing right now. And to me, that's the worst part because they just don't know. They think that that is the most important thing. For example, overspending on their logo and website design. Now, there's a caveat to this, okay? If your brand is a luxury brand, you're selling high-end jewelry, you're doing something, you're doing high-end photography, high-end home remodeling, you don't even have to spend a ton of money if you have good photos, okay? If you have either hire a photographer, you can be the photographer, whatever it is, you don't have to. But I think a lot of people will spend thousands and thousands. I've heard someone spend up to almost $10,000 on all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that they needed to do that right now. I think they needed to have pretty photographs and they could have a basic clean site and go with that for now until they have the money to go, yeah, you know, this is worth me upgrading and spending all that money. Okay. So that's just an example of things that people do wrong. And I'm not saying don't spend money on a logo. Get a cool logo that you like. The logo that I have up right now, I made it. And so it's probably not the best, but I just have not been able to get myself to spend money to make like a super expensive from an agency fancy one. Now I've considered redoing it right now with someone I know that's a go-getter that is starting her graphic design business. And I think that's acceptable. That's an acceptable choice, but I just keep like spending. I've got other things I've been spending money on. I'm like, do I really need to do this right this second? I'm just trying to decide, right? So you have to decide. My logo that I have now is good enough. And that's the rule that I tell people, by the way, who are starting their business, like what's good enough right now to get this thing going so that you can get it going, get more money. Then you can discern whether you want to spend money on actually upgrading that in your business. But we're going to talk about that because I think this is super important. I've got some important points for you today so that you can be smart about investing in your business. So let's kind of go through those, okay? So if you're looking at your business right now, maybe you're about to start, you're starting now, or you're in the growth stage and you're trying to decide, what do I invest in and what do I not invest in? Okay. First thing to remember, out of the gate, everybody listen, whatever you're doing, you're on a walk, you're cleaning the house, I don't know what you're doing. Number one, everything is an experiment. Remember that. Everything is an experiment. Some things will work and some things will not. And be ready for that. It's just like my daughter. She's in school. She's in 9th grade. She's going into 10th grade. Okay. She's been going back and forth on her course load for next year for 10th grade. And she's been deciding, do I take 2 AP classes or just one? And she's a little smarty pants. So she's taken all her honors and just debating on these 2 AP classes. And I think she decided to go for it because she's highly competitive and she's a perfectionist. That's her personality. And so it makes sense for her to go for it, right? Now, I may not have gone for that. I don't know. I'm not super duper competitive and I'm not a super perfectionist. I'm just not. She gets that from my husband, by the way. Okay. So we can all admit our faults. That's one. I don't know if it's my fault or not. I don't know. Actually, it may be a fantastic thing because it's freed a ton of my new business owners from perfecting and overthinking everything. And they are just doing things that are good enough and getting it done. So I've actually helped them. By my disability. And I'm not joking for anyone that actually has a disability, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my best trait that I'm not a perfectionist and that I'm not super competitive. But the odd thing is, it's helped me help other people. It's helped me help people that overthink everything and try to spend time doing all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're wasting time. You are totally wasting time. We need to get moving and let's just get this good enough right now. So anyways, remember that though, y'all. The things that you know that maybe aren't your best traits actually may help other people. Okay, so I digress. So I was trying to talk about her course load and she was trying to decide what to do. And I said, you know what? Just go for it. You want to go for it. It's an experiment. If it doesn't work and you get a B in your AP class that you're scared to do, okay, so you get a B and just be ready. Be prepared for that. Be prepared that you may not get an A, okay? Because in her eyes, she needs to make all A's, okay? So for you in your business, everything is an experiment just like that. Like if you feel this is really what you should be doing, you feel good about it. Maybe you're the type of person that prays about it or that you've really gone through the numbers, you've crunched it, whatever it is, and you feel good about it. Remember, do it. But there's no guarantee that what you're investing in is actually going to have an ROI. There is just no guarantee. I've been in all kinds of programs. I can tell you now, there's ones that I have been sold on. Like I'm like 100%, this is going to make me money. This is what I should be investing in right now. And some of them have not worked out. They just haven't. And is that user error? Was it my fault because I didn't really put in the time? Possibly, right? There's a whole bunch of factors that could go involved. Or maybe it's just not what I thought it was. Or maybe I didn't get the help that I thought I was going to get, all that stuff. So it's a combination of things, right? But everything is an experiment. And so you just have to put your best foot forward and know that it may not work out. And you have to be okay with that. Just like I told my daughter, if she gets a B, you have to be okay with that, but know that you are brave enough and courageous enough to go for it. And you have reasons to back it up why you are making this choice. Okay. You're not just blatantly throwing money and getting sucked into something. You are actually proving that this is a good choice. Okay. So that's number one. Everything is an experiment. Number two, I say, spend money, invest on things that save you time. All of you that I work with are short on time. Let's just face it. I have not had one client that has said, you know what? Hi, friends. I just had to jump in here really quick because so many of you have asked me what my credit card recommendations are. And I wanted to share it with you in a great promo that may help you out if you're starting your business or in the growth stage, and especially if you are strapped for cash right now or investing in things in your business. I have used Capital One for the past probably 20 years, I'm guessing, for my businesses and for my home. They have such great rewards and all that stuff, but I have to tell you about this promo that they have going on right now. And that is 15 months interest free. Are you hearing me? If you're trying to invest in things in your business right now, whether you're your website or maybe you're trying to hire someone to help you, whatever it is, y'all, 15 months interest free. Scroll down and click the link below. You also get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 90 days. Y'all, that's amazing. And they also have a no fee credit card. So you don't have to worry about like some type of annual fee. Also, they have like 3% cash back on certain things that you spend on in the month. So it's a total no-brainer to have 15 months interest free. Just think about that relief of stress that you could experience right now and things that you're trying to spend on, and to know that all you have to do is make a minimum payment each month. You don't have to, like, it's barely a minimum payment. Y'all, you don't have to pay it off for 15 months. It's amazing. Anyway, scroll down in the show notes and get your hands on it, because I'm telling you, you will be so happy and have so much relief. Back to the episode. I literally have so much free time. Like, I don't even know what to do. Kimberly, is there something random I should work on in my business? Because I just have a lot of time. I'm just hanging out. I'm like trying to fill my time. I'm totally bored. Y'all, that never happens. That's never happened. That has never happened. Everyone's got either a full-time job, part-time job. They're a parent, they're a caretaker, they're volunteering, they're doing this, they're doing that. They're amazing. All of you are amazing human beings. You are busy. You are doing everything you can to build this life that you love. And you're busy. You don't have much time. So to me, a smart investment is one that saves you time. If it saves you time, then it frees up time for either other things that you can do in your business or other personal things that you need to do for your life, and time that you can spend with your family. And to me, that is worth it. I am so over wasting hours on tasks that could be done by someone who makes less money than me. For example, when you're starting out in your business, if someone you can pay $10 an hour to do something, to me, that is worth your time. They make less than you, because by the hours that you could be spending doing higher thought-provoking work, then that would be a good choice. Okay. So save time by spending money on things that save you time. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, invest and spend money on things that provide you expertise or guidance that you're unable to give to yourself. Spend money on things that provide you expertise or guidance on things that you can't give yourself, that you just don't have experience in, right? That's why I hired a coach when I started this business. Y'all, I had not had an experience turning my knowledge into programs and teachings as a coach. I had a plethora of knowledge from all my years. I've been doing this now almost 24 years, and like 19 of them I had my boutiques, whether they were online or I had them as pop-up shops in the beginning, right? I had a vast array of knowledge about all kinds of things, about having a local pop-up shop business, about ordering wholesale, about creating my own wholesale line, about selling to other business owners, about selling online, about starting a second business selling online, how to go to market, pricing structures, how to deal with clients. I mean, y'all, there was so much knowledge. I'm like, how do I put this together and do this? So a lot of you don't have the expertise to know how to put together the knowledge that you have about whatever you're doing, and seeking out coaches like me, for example. And if I'm not the one for you, that is fine. You find the person that fits what you need right? I hope I'm the person for you. I hope that when you listen, you see that I can be trusted and I have experience and I would love to help you. But my point is not to say hire me. My point is to say pay for guidance and expertise that you don't have. For example, if it is graphic design and you are not a graphic designer, hire someone to do the things for you. Like get someone. If you're not good at financials and doing taxes and bookkeeping, hire someone who does that. It will be well worth your time and energy. You will thank yourself because you're like, this would have made me crazy. This would have made me absolutely batty. I would have gone wonky and I would have been angry and I would have let it flow through to my entire life. And I would have treated my parents, my kids, my spouse, everyone badly because I was so frustrated with this business because of one part of it that I'm not good at. So please, 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 that's why I made the entrepreneurial gifts guide that I talked about in the beginning is that you need to know what you should be doing and what you should not. And you need to be able to identify, who am I? What's my personality? What are my skills? So that I don't go and waste time doing things I don't need to be doing. So number 3, again, is that you can spend money on expertise and guidance that you can't give yourself. Okay? To me, that is an amazing investment. Okay? Amazing investment. Just like podcast editing, right? I talk about this. I had someone immediately, I've been with the same company since I started because I wasn't about to do this. Now, I did attempt it. I'll have you know, I attempted podcast editing myself. I about threw my laptop out the window and I'm a techie person, but I just got so annoyed. It was so tedious and that is not my gift. Really tedious work, perfectness, perfection of a podcast episode was not my skill when I have Duncan here who edits it and it's, to me, it's perfect. And it's probably no sweat off his back because he can do it so easily. This is money well spent. Money well spent. You know why? Too, because when I get off this recording, I push stop. I upload it to Dropbox and I copy the link and I send it to him. Done. Can you imagine if I had to sit here tonight and edit this? No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. So let's repeat the 3 and then I'll give you number 4. Number 1, remember that everything is an experiment. So when you go to invest in something, just remember that you're doing it in good faith. You're doing due diligence and you're putting your best foot forward. It's an experiment and tell yourself it's an experiment. Just like I told my daughter, you could get a B or this may not work out, but that's okay because I feel like this is a good choice for all your reasons and I'm going to do this. So just remember that, but be prepared. So that you're not freaking out. You're not investing so much money that you lose your house, that you're being smart about it. Okay, number 2, if it saves you time, my sisters and brothers that are listening, yes, I say yes. Number 3, if it's expertise or guidance that you don't have, I say yes. Yes to that. Okay, and number 4, one of the smartest things that you can invest in right now are things that actually bring you sales. That bring you sales. Okay? Things that bring you sales. Now, I'm going to give one caveat on this, and that is if you're starting your business, I would not be trying to learn Facebook ads right in the beginning. I think because a lot of people go immediately like, oh, I need to start running ads. I do think that's smart. But I do not think it should be right out of the gate because there's some wording and branding and things that you need to be working through, which I teach in Grow Getters, that will set you up so that you can then do paid advertising in a way that will actually work. But none of that is going to work if you don't know what the heck you're doing, and it takes a long time to master it. You can hire someone to do that. This is a whole nother conversation, but it's an example to you that invest in things that bring you money, but be careful, okay? Don't just slap $2,000 on some ad in a local paper that you don't even know really gets seen by your target market, okay? Don't invest in a $5,000 website when maybe all you needed was a contact me form. I mean, you just maybe needed something basic that you could have gotten by with someone else that maybe could have done it for $500 or $1,000 that will bring you the money you need. But the difference between the $1,000 and $5,000 is not going to bring you any more money, right? So if it's going to bring you money, then I say do it. And only you can determine that. Everybody's business is different. Think about it right now. What would bring you money? Maybe you could have an incentive plan for your friends and family, an affiliate program that you kick off right out of the gate that could bring you money. Getting on someone's podcast might bring you money, or YouTube channel, or doing something locally, speaking at an event, sponsoring an event that's your target market could bring you money. So invest in things that could actually bring you money, not the things that just maybe might bring in money. That might not be your smartest investment right now. Does that make sense? Because if it will bring you money, then to me, that's a good investment, and it takes the scariness out of investing. Okay. So again, let's repeat the 4 really quick. And then let me remind you that investing in your business is scary. I'm not even going to lie to you, but there's ways you can mitigate that fear. Number 1, remember that things are an experiment and some things may not work. So do not leverage your house. Number 2, if they save you time, then yes. If they provide expertise or guidance that you don't have, that you can't give yourself, then I say yes. Okay. And number 4 is if it can bring you sales. So get creative about ways you can bring your sales. If you're one of my Grow Getters, bring it on our next live call. Let's talk about it, if it's a good investment or not. We can always talk about this inside our Zoom calls to help you discern what is a good investment and what is not, so that you can actually grow your business, so that you're not losing a ton of money. You're not hurting yourself by going in debt when you don't need to here at the beginning of your business. So that is it. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And if you've got a new business you're about to open and you'd love to have a community of women to help you, you would love expertise by me, you'd love to learn my proven strategy to help you create your whole marketing foundation so that everything you do, whether it be social media, ads, emailing, whatever you do for your clients, that it works. Okay. Then come join us in Grow Getters. We would love to have you. Go to grow-getters.com, or there's a link below. And that is it. Okay. Have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.